Hello, everybody. Sorry, I was in the wrong place. I'm waiting now for the guys to come inside. Sorry. For everybody's out there, that was a mistake. I was in the wrong place, and we didn't. We was with the interview. There is about 50 minutes, and more than 50 minutes. They are going to come now. Sorry, guys, and give it just 1 second. Everything going to start now. Sorry, I was crazy. I could not find anyone. Oh man, that is stupid. That was like stupid things. For everybody's out there, Jeff and Matt, they are coming. We was in other life alone, the three of us, and we were asking, where is everybody? And sorry, guys. We are changing the life to here, and everybody's going to come. Uh, we're going to start everything from the beginning. Sorry, we are live, Jeff. Sorry, that was the wrong chat. I was saying that nobody is here all the time, and I said that is not normal. That is something wrong. I was speaking with Jeff about 20 minutes.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my
So are we
god,
live now? Is this actually
we
we
are
live?
live, my friend. We are live because everybody is here. Everybody was like,
Oh man. That was like 20 minutes that I'll never get
yes,
back.
we spoke about so many things. And sorry, Jeff, that was like I think I was too much excited.
No, it's okay. It's all good.
For everybody is out there, Scott, Mike, just everybody's there. We are going to come back. Matt is there too. Matty is there. We're going to make like a new start, and we're going to try to do our best. Sorry that the questions we're going to answer again, but I think that is important for all of you because everything they share with us was fantastic, and I think that is for all of us very important. Guys, let's begin. For the start, like always, uh, first of all, I just want to say, guys, enjoy it, have a good time, and let's do it.
Let's
I'm
do
going to
it.
start like always. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Matty, for coming to share
Thanks
with
for
the
having us.
community.
Yes.
Sharing with the community the new board. We're going to go just to the specs, what you don't put in a video. I'm going to leave all the links for everybody who like to know, and we start direct with the first one is the weight of the riders. What is the maximal weight the rider can ride in a bamboo and in a new mixed carbon?
Yeah, cool. So the weight on the weight limit on the board, the carbon fiber is 120 kilograms, and the bamboo is 100 kilograms. That's because of the flex in the bamboo. A heavy rider is going to get a little bit more pop, so we would prefer them to ride the carbon. The electric system itself, I don't think's going to have any problem with 120 kilos. It's more so just the weight limit we put on it. You're going to start seeing limited range and things like that.
Yeah.
I'm
That would
100
be it.
myself. Yeah, I'm 100 myself, and Hadean just hauls ass. Yeah.
Yeah. Matt often during some of the footage and filming that we've done for the Hadean video, it was quite funny. He was carrying around like lugs of gear on his back and the red camera and everything else, drone, and so that pretty much adds up. And often when he's filming with that camera, I'm like, oh my god, don't fall off.
So we're going to go to the next question. It was a question, but I think we don't need to answer the answer before. I know the answers because it was answered about 20 minutes. So the prices. Everybody asked me the prices. The prices now updated in the websites. You can go there and you're going to see the prices for your regions or your countries. Is easy. The information that everybody yesterday was asking me is right there. You can have the price from your country. Then Then we're going to go to the next questions. Is like this. I'm going to put it this way. When you came with this board out, how many time take for you to prepare this new board, these two new boards? How long
Okay.
are you working in?
All right. Yeah, I'll answer that. When did we start working on the Hadean series? So basically, the GTR series we launched was May 2019. Pretty much, I would say a couple months after that, we were already starting to work on the next reiteration. And yeah, it's been a massive journey, and it's up until right now. So basically, you know, we started working on the electric system first. That was our focus. Was, you know, how can we make the new motor controller and the new battery structure. We've focused heavily on that for quite some time. Once we worked out how we wanted to go, and moving forward from there, we moved straight onto the rest of the skateboard design. We were using some of this technology actually in the UK Open, which was September 2019. So it's been a journey. It's not easy trying to bring out an electric skateboard, especially, you know, we can easily make little tinkers and adjustments to the product and release, but we definitely prefer to focus on a whole package. So it's a journey. It was like the GTR too. You know, we worked on that for a couple of years before we brought that out, and so yeah. I mean, we're just going live now, and it's funny to think that it's been that long. We've been working on it. The project is almost finished, but yet it hasn't even hit the market. It's a funny mindset to think.
Then now that we are like this, serious. What means serious? It's going to be something like, serious is going to be like something that you're going to improve this board more and more and more, and it's going to be a series of boards from this one.
Yeah, well, a series means, you know, more than just one board. And you know, right in the beginning when we were doing the teasers, it was just the Hadean, and we were showing off the carbon. And then when we started showing off the other board, which was the bamboo, then we changed the name to the series. So it's a series of boards. Right now, it's the birth of something new within our brand, and we're very excited.
So I started in the beginning. That is a question you answered before. What is the job from Matty in your company? I think
okay. Yeah,
that is questions from everybody who asked me. I'm just putting here.
Matt started with us purely on our content right in the beginning, and Matt's worked his way through our business, knows the brand very well. Matt's our brand manager now. Matt, you can add to this if you want.
No, that's pretty much it. I make a lot of the content. I run a lot of the social medias, and yeah, I work with Jeff on putting things out how we think we should display ourselves.
I just want to say to everybody's out there, guys, we're going to stick to the new boards. If you have other questions, you can reach Involve. You can contact Involve. We're just going to try to reach the new boards. But I'm just going to tell my thing is like this. When I work for a company, I do everything for this company. I think that is what Matty do for this company. I'm a cook. I do that with love, and I always try my best to. When my chef give me the money, he's going to say, "Thank you very much. You do a fantastic job." I know that you receive sometimes some critics, but I think you are doing the job you have to do very well.
How could you not like it working for an electric skateboard company, right?
Best job. I think you're not going to find it. Enjoying riding. I'm not used to answer the questions, but I think there is some questions here are very interesting, and I think we have to answer directly. That way, we're going to put everybody together with us. And we're going to start it direct with the cells. The cells are being used also. I'm curious to know what the cells are. You okay? In a video, you're going to see it, but can you explain it? What type of cells? What is the difference from these cells from
So
the
the
GTR?
battery pack we're using, we've previously we're using 18650 size, and in a 4P arrangement, 10S. So we really wanted to up our game, and we wanted more out of the skateboard, and it was crucial for us. We didn't want to max out the whole system with this new design. We wanted to, throw as much power as we can, but make it work within itself. So it's not like trying too hard. And that way it makes it more efficient. It's safer on the components, and doesn't get as hot. So it was important that we wanted to go up. We wanted to up the voltage. And at the same time, we wanted to use a very, the cell choice was crucial. We needed something that's going to have as much capacity as possible, but can handle and deliver the current needed. So yeah, basically it's a 21700 4000 mAh cell, max current capabilities of 45A. There's only a handful of cells out there that sort of offer these kind of specs. So I'm sure if you work backwards from there, people can sort of put two and two together. So we're not gonna reveal all our supplier information.
No. But if you can share the information, what you can, that's why we are here.
Yeah.
To share what you can. That is the important thing. That is just the specs. I'm going to go direct to the deck of the bamboo. We talked that in the other interview, but is the new deck from the bamboo and the deck from the GTR the same material, or is something different?
Yeah, it's virtually the same material. Obviously, the shape and design and style for riding is different, but it still shares bamboo, fiberglass, and Canadian maple to help with some strength and flex.
So then we're going to go to the other question. Is like this: is the new controller, the battery is going to be bigger, or is going to be the same battery? Or
is this in the remote, you mean?
In a remote.
Okay. Yeah, the remote battery is the same size. There's just no room to put a bigger battery in there at this stage without making that remote grow further in the hand. So the remote has a larger screen. It's pumping out a lot more information. So it was pretty crucial that we introduced some power saving features in it, and the power save function has been fantastic. The battery lasts for ages. You don't really need to charge it very often.
Yeah. Then I'm going to ask
also,
yes.
while we're on the topic of the remote, sorry, because it's something we didn't cover in the documentary. It now has a USB-C port. I know I've seen a few comments about it, so it's good to get that information out there.
And then I have another question for the controller that I think is going to be good for everybody. Everybody in the video see how many times Jeff throw the controller away. I think, and all the Jeep and everything, the pickup and everything. Oh, okay. I just want to say, when you happens that you broke some parts from the controller, like the glass, can you buy it parts, or you have to buy it a complete new controller?
No, like the existing remote, all parts. Like if you break an LCD screen, you don't have to buy a whole new remote.
Yes.
It's easily repairable. But with the new phase remote, this is why we've put that extra glass protection on the top, because we want that to break first, if ever it happens, rather than the LCD screen. So it's very cheap and easy to fix. So yeah.
So then the other question is like this: the trucks, is been any change from the GTR, or they are the same?
They're all Exactly the same.
Okay.
Yeah, still forged construction, and yeah, we're absolutely stoked. You know, with the durability and the performance of the Super Carve.
I'm asking it that because now you have the decks for everybody's out there. Everybody, if don't see the video, but you can see it, the deck is not going to be longer. It's going to be a little more centimeters for your feet. A little, what's the name?
Width.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you that. I was asking myself, is maybe the trucks is a par centimeters bigger, but that is not going to change nothing because of that.
No, no. The axle width is exactly the same on the on the trucks. And you're talking about the deck. You touched a good point there. You know, so much has gone into both of these deck designs, carbon and the bamboo. And one thing for us is it was so important that we didn't want to make this board longer and bigger. You know, they're already big enough. You know, we don't want something that's going to turn into a massive tank, because we still needs to be nimble but we know we needed more performance. So that we're pretty stoked with what we've done there by keeping the size of the Hadean in wheelbase. It's exactly the same as the GTR, but we've allowed that little bit further foot stance apart. So where the lock-ins are on the deck, you can get your feet just a little bit more apart, which is perfect for those guys who just love to ride fast and hook in. And that was one of the things that I used to get with when I was riding the Carbon GTR. When I was really going fast or in grass situations, I was always tending to get my feet further apart and almost standing on top of the base plate. So we managed to probably get about 1 more inch in, so you can get further apart. On the bamboo, it's even longer. So it's a good thing.
Great.
We've got more performance, but haven't made it bigger.
Okay, then I just want to stick with the controller, because there's 2 questions I want to have. It's like this: waterproof, how that is with the new controller, and direct. I make direct 2 questions. The waterproof is a waterproof, and the second one is answer me that, and then I answer you. I make you the other question. Is waterproof or not? The controller.
No, it's not. The remote's not waterproof, but I tell you what, it's way more sealed than what the R2 is. Yeah, so you know, all the buttons and where everything is, and the way we've got the frame, the CNC frame, which acts as a spine down, and the way it connects together on the side. You know, the remote cannot open up anymore. It's just impossible.
Okay.
So it's not waterproof though, but you know, we don't really have a lot of problems with you know, water.
Yeah. I never have it. No issue with my boards. Then I have the other question about the controller is, do you have, I know that now is Matt was talking about that the new controller has the USB. Is going to be updates or something like that you can make in your boards, or you don't need that? Why do you put this USB? Keeps a reason why? Because now you have lots of information in your controller. It's like a nice computer. You have lots of things inside.
Yeah, the USB-C is it's great for charging. Allows us to put decent charge capabilities through it. But all the updating is going to be done through the app, so it's all wireless.
Okay, that is perfect. Then we're going to now go again to the board. You have a new motor controller, and the BMS is new too.
Everything is new. So
inside
the motor controller. Yeah, the motor controller, we started work on that, you know, back sort of late 2019, you know, around sort of September time. And we just went back to the drawing boards pretty much. It started with all the features and the all the specs that we wanted to achieve from it, trying to achieve all this power, and we went back to the drawing boards. It was more about the redesign of all the componentry, the new selection of the bill of materials, and we worked with a few different people and parties on this to really get it right. So we certainly didn't rush anything here. It was a long process just to get the controller working with that higher voltage. And once we're happy with where things were, then the biggest, the longest journey for us has been certainly around all the software design and making sure that it works perfectly with the remote, does what it's meant to do, but then has all the built-in things behind the scenes that you never even know that's there, and that's especially around with the BMS and all the smarts that are helping all the readings and controlling the product. So the BMS is brand new too, and it's a lot of software has gone into that just to work with the battery system as well as the motor controller. So yeah, everything's new, and the way it's packaged with the battery on, again, we haven't used any wires anywhere on this. Whereas on the GTR, it's got a big connector and all the wires coming off it. This is different. This is a different sort of connection system on this, and we did this to save on space and room as well, which has allowed us to put more performance in it without making the product bigger in size.
That's why I come to the next question is like this. I'm going to put this question like two ways. Tom has made the question. Do you going to sleep now, guys? 2 years working and working and working hard to put these two boards out. Are you going to sleep a little, or are you going to go again 2 years to bring a new machine out for us? Because I think that was lots of hours working and working to come to these two boards.
Yeah, the project, like I said, it's pretty much done now. Now it's time to get it out there and and start having some fun with it. We want to see these boards get out to the community. We want to come out there and ride with everyone else. Of course, we'll have a couple of beers tomorrow afternoon, now that it's live. And yeah, this is a whole new series. We never.
Are you
never
happy?
Stopped.
Are you happy, Jeff?
Am I happy?
Yes.
Oh, mate, I'm stoked. 100%. I'm stoked, and it's just good to offer something that's more than what the GTR is, and it gives our customers who are reaching out to us saying, oh, I wish I had a bit more range, or I want to go a little bit faster, or I want that brake to be nice and smooth or soft at high speeds. All these little things, I just can't wait to, and those guys who just want to destroy grass and not, getting anything that's heating up, I just can't wait to see the feedback come in there and just make sure that these guys are going to be stoked. So what do you say, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, the company's called Evolve, so you don't think we're going to be sleeping.
Yeah, and I think Matt is always active. I think you don't sleep too much.
Yeah,
You are always in the media. I always find you in the media all the time.
Like Jeff said, I mean, it's been a long time getting this thing out, and yeah, all the videos and stuff are out, but what we're super excited about is actually seeing people ride these boards, because we can tell you what the specs are, you can watch our videos, you can hear someone else say how good it is, but when it's under your feet,
yeah,
it is something different. Like, I think people might underestimate how much more this thing is.
Yeah.
It's very powerful. It's very, very good.
Sorry.
It's not just about
Jeff.
power. It's just a much more predictable ride, and that's one of our tech guys, Michael, who works for us here in Australia. He's over in the UK at the moment. He's working with the UK team, and I remember the first time he wrote it, and then he came back, and that's what he said to me. He just goes, "Man, it's just predictable. You just know what it's going to do." And I hadn't thought of it like that before. And when he said that, I was like, "Man, that's a good way to describe it." Yeah.
And I asked you that before in the other interview. I'm going to put it again. The GTR series is going to stay together with the new boards, or you're going to take it out?
Yeah.
Matt?
So the GTR series is exactly that. It's the series of GTR. This is the Hadean series. It sits above the GTR as our flagship big power board. The GTR is here to stay. It's a great board. It still appeals to like a lot of people. A lot of people don't need the absurdity of the Hadean. So the GTR is here to stay, and I think a lot of people are still going to enjoy it.
Yeah, and it's important to note too, like, you know, the Hadean boards, they're not like just a GTR that's been redone. This is an entirely new product. You can't compare it. So yeah, the GTR brand is staying. It's not going anywhere. We're looking forward to you know, where the GTR series goes in the future, and yeah, and those who want more, you know, this is the Hadean. And then we've got the GTR series as well.
So then I have a question from the class. Is the new boards waterproof or water resistant?
Look,
because in the video,
say they're waterproof, because I know from past experience, I've seen many companies run into problems with this. So what I can say when you're comparing to what the GTR series is, on the carbon, we've got many different seals in the board. We've got a seal around where the motor controller is, as well as where the cooling system is for the vents. The battery case itself has its own seal inside, and then the top lid around where the logo light is, that's also sealed. And then underneath, when you drop the battery case out of it, we've also got a special foam around there, so no water can then come up through. We've gone above and beyond trying to seal it up the best we can. And on the Bamboo, it's very similar to the Bamboo GTR. It has its own seal, but what we've done differently here is the motor controller has its own seal, and the top lid itself is overmolded, and that also seals. So we've got rid of that old seal, but the lid itself is the seal. So yeah, we've done our best.
Okay, then my question is like this: that we are talking about that is going to be removable batteries, yes or no, in the new board?
To be honest, I don't think we're going to make the Hadean series like flight-friendly batteries. It's just why, you know, it just doesn't make sense. You're going to have to put such a small battery in it, and you're going to lose what the Hadean is all about. So we're not going to put flight-friendly batteries in the Hadean. It just doesn't make sense. However, you know, in the future, it doesn't mean that we won't offer a different variety of batteries. Something that potentially that's not quite as big for those who don't need to ride as far, but still offers that punch and the current of the battery 12S. Yeah, so yeah, we've got options ahead. Put it that way. We're still moving.
Then there is another person who is going to be the series from the Stoke with the new motors.
Imagine that. Imagine putting those
6,000
budget motors on the Stoke. Holy shit!
The front wheels would never stay on the ground.
Oh man.
Yeah, but that is a question we have to. That is a good question. It's good for everybody to know. Yes, it's a good question.
Yeah.
You know that is crazy, guys. There. Do you think? I'm going to put it this way. Better, if someone buy the motors, the 3,000 motors, and put it in a Stoke, is that going to work or not?
I think the motors would end up hitting the deck in the current configuration. So yeah, no.
I think that is very important because there is lots of crazy guys there, and they're going to. Oh, I'm going to do it.
Definitely, everyone they'll try.
You know
Sure.
that you have lots of years. You have lots of years. You know that these crazy guys always out there trying to, and sometimes they don't reach information and they do dumb things, and then later they contact you guys and say, "Oh, that is broken. Oh, involve." Oh, that,
Yeah.
sometimes it's better for you to ask, not to do. So, the trucks we talk about proof of, we talk about the light. What you have in a carbon is just going to be on the top with the carbon. The bamboo is not going to have it, of course.
Matt, you can answer that.
Yeah, correct. So the light on top of the carbon where the logo is, that's just on the carbon. The bamboo doesn't have that because it's a solid bamboo construction. Both boards have the underside lights. The carbon has two lights running down the center of the board, and the bamboo has one at the front and one at the rear. They're full spectrum RGB, so you can choose in the app from about 16,000 colors. There's all sorts of modes, rainbows, flashes, fades. They're also smart, intelligent lights. So if your battery's getting low, they're going to start flashing. If your board needs to pair, it's going to flash blue waiting for you to pair. Another good feature is intelligent brake lighting. So now when you hit the brakes, they're going to flash red.
Yeah, love that feature.
Jeff does love that.
Yeah, but one thing too, for those that, when you're riding along on the carbon, at night, some of the photos now, it looks quite bright. But to be honest, when you're riding, you look where you're going to ride. You don't like stick your head down and start looking down. So nothing's ever going to get in shining in your eyes. But the good thing is, on the remote, you can change the strength of the LEDs. You can make it really low or bright, but you can also turn them off. So for those that don't want to look like a disco, whatever, you can turn it off, and it just looks
nice.
like a normal board. You can also turn the logo light off by itself, so separate to the LED lights underneath, which is a good feature for those that are not into that. So when the boards when those logo light is off, it just blends into the deck. It's got like a tint sort of look where the logo light is. Matt, one thing I know you didn't mention there is on the bamboo version, we've got ports on the back where the motor controller is, like on the Bamboo GTR, and they're not USBs. We've designed our own connector for this, but we will be releasing lights like the prism strips, exactly the same thing. But the good thing is they'll also connect up and talk to the remote. Okay. So same thing. Those who want more lights underneath the bamboo, this will be an option. It's pretty cool.
And that I asked to before, the bamboo was with the USB, and the carbon was without. Now the two of them, they're going to have USB or not, or just your type of interest.
Yeah, we've designed our own connector system for the back of the bamboo, and that
for
was important. Yeah,
for the carbon,
that was important because we didn't want anyone using some wrong connector and then damaging the electronics. You won't be able to just put any connector in there. So it's only on the bamboo that we've got the connector. On the carbon, we don't have that connector, but it's not needed because you've got everything there. All the lights are integrated.
Okay, yeah, but that is just a question everybody puts it. Then the control, the motor controls, we speak about it. Let me see. Then we're going to try to answer your questions of everybody's out there. But let me see the material of the deck. We have it. This ones. Let's go. Lights on the top. Yeah, that's we see it. Oh, this question. That is a big question. That is a question that I think there is 2 years. They asked all of them. They make this question. Do you going to have a board special edition or something like that with 4 motors because of the
We already
UK.
do. Haven't you seen
Yes.
it? Like,
Yes, okay. No, I'm just asking you this because of this event you make in UK, and you bring this 4 motors, and all the time is one question I listen to everybody. They're going to put it something special, a special edition out with these 4 motors. Is something that can happen? That is questions. What I have here is questions from everybody.
do we have a 4-wheel drive version of the Hadean?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, look, we don't have it specifically for the Hadean, but we've got the technology there. And it'd be interesting. Like the Hadean port is pretty powerful. It accelerates hard. Yeah, Matt, you can imagine, running a 4-wheel drive Hadean versus those other 4-wheel drives that we made. It'd be
12,000.
Well, I don't believe that you'd be able to stand on the board and pull the trigger.
But there is crazy guys there, guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Make
maybe.
it, maybe you can make a special edition, just I don't know, 100 boards, and say it. I don't know if it's that going to be to be if you're going to, maybe it's going to be expensive for you guys just to make 100 boards, but maybe that is a question. I think it's not bad.
Look, we've talked about 4-wheel drives before on podcasts, I think, and we love the 4-wheel drives, especially on grass. They're it's a whole new beast when you ride it on grass if you got the right setup. I personally don't like riding the 4-wheel drives, especially on when you use them on roads or footpaths. Doesn't make sense. It ruins the carve. Having said that, we've got the technology, and you just never know. Like, who knows? We're always working behind the scenes.
Okay,
we're
that
always
is that.
always
That
involved.
is.
We're not going to tell
I'm
everyone
trying
what
to
we do
catch you
until we
guys.
do it.
I'm trying to catch you. Gear drives. It's going to happen someday with you guys.
Look, we'll probably experiment. What's important for us is like we like having versatility and being able to mix and match different wheels and gear sizes. Because let's face it, you can change your whole ride as soon as you change different wheels and different sizes of those wheels, and then so having different urethane on your feet is a big advantage. And then you've got the versatility of using different drive size gears, and then that changes your whole ride from braking, acceleration, performance. You can really customize it. I'm a big fan of belts because of the versatility, and there's way more options that you can do with the ride. So a gear drive, you're usually stuck with 1 or 2 things. Doesn't mean that we're not interested. Yeah, that's
In the future, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. Who knows? So then we're going to try to answer some questions here from the everybody's putting. Let me see. Will the new motors look what the GTR wants?
That's
Is the new motors?
Actually.
Huh?
That's a very good question.
Yes.
So are the new motors going to be louder than the GTR ones?
Yeah.
They're twice as big, so you would think that. But because we changed the FOC, the way that the motor controller actually engages and powers the motor, it gives it a different sound, and it's very quiet. When you're not moving fast, it's almost eerie because it doesn't really make any noise.
Especially on startup acceleration. Yeah, when you first accelerate when we first finally moved to the FOC, that's one of the biggest things that we noticed as a team. We were like, oh geez, it's quiet, especially on that startup. But just to add to what you're saying, Matt, I know we've added all this extra voltage and there's a lot more current going through the system. So if you use it, it still gives off a nice sort of jet engine sound, but in reality, the braking is nice and quiet. And if you're just cruising, it's definitely softer in sound.
Then we're going to continue with the remote update with the previous remotes. What is the updates? I think, guys, that you're going to see in the video in the beginning, but they can answer a little more.
Can you ask? Okay, I know what he's talking about. So he's saying, can you use the phase remote on GTR boards?
Yes.
So it's definitely something we want to make available to GTR customers. Our sort of primary focus is we need to get these Hadeans out and make sure that all that demand is met. And then, yes, we will make the remote available for GTR.
That means my GTRs I can then update with this new remote controls. But do I going to have the same? Can I use the same things?
No.
For no.
So
Yeah.
you will. What our plan was, we want to make a GTR version for the phase, and it'll have a slightly different interface. You know, on the home screen, it won't show Corsa mode. It will show GTR mode. It'll have all the same familiarity as what the old screen has. You won't be able to use the lights, you know, because it doesn't connect with the new system. So there'll be a few items on there a few functions that you won't be able to use. But for those who just want that nice screen, it'll still have that nice look and that, you know, that solid, you know, feel in the hand. You will be able to. One of the other issues that we're finding as a business, and just to add to what Matt was saying, you know, there's component shortages at the moment, and it's pretty common knowledge that, you know, there's shortages of processors and chips and this and that everywhere. There's a real problem. And it's created challenges for our business moving forward, and I guarantee it's going to be affecting a lot of other companies. So we just need to be very careful, because I know this phase is all GTR owners are going to want it, and I'm not surprised, but it will really do a number on ourselves if we go in too early and not be able to supply it for our Hadean customers until we're fully confident that we're not going to, you know, shoot ourselves in the foot by all of a sudden going, oh my God, we're running, we can't supply what we need. It'll be a real problem for us.
And the other thing, is going to be in different colors, the control, or is it just going to be in black?
Good question. I think it'll be great to offer different colors, and whereas on the R2, you know, we made the colors on the overmold part. I think we'll do it differently on the phase, and we've got an opportunity because the CNC aluminium frame that runs down the back, it works as like a spine. It holds the whole structure together. I think that would be a cool thing to.
That will be fantastic.
Yeah, and because it's all metal, so I think we can do different surface finishes on that, different colors. That'd be cool.
I just tell you, for me, my friend, if you don't put colors with my involve all of them, I don't know what is the controller I use. I think I have the 4 colors: orange, green, blue, and the black. Awesome. And sometimes it's difficult for me. That's why I think that the colors is fantastic. So, and then it is like a question here is what other of the new features are for the controller, and auto wake
up. That's one of the big features we didn't actually cover in the documentary, so it's a good one to talk about. Do you want to take it, Jeff?
No, you can. It's all good.
So pretty much we designed the GTR boards and previous boards to time out, so you don't want to leave them on and they just stay on forever. So they time out after a certain time. What the Hadean does is that it times out and goes into a sort of sleep mode. It powers off, but you don't actually turn it off. And then when you're ready to go, half an hour later, after you've been into the cafe, you just tap the brake, the board wakes up, and you're off to go.
So, oh, nice. That's very nice.
Very simple, good usability.
Do you going to have the same system of safety?
Yeah, the dead man is still on the remote.
Yeah. Okay. Then the other question here is, do you know a price for these remote controls? Do you have idea how it's going to cost it?
I don't know the number off the top of my head.
Yeah. Okay.
Look, we do, but I need to yeah, like Matt said, I need to talk with a couple of guys behind the scenes, what that end retail price is going to be.
Okay, that is the new control is work on the. That is the answer. That is we don't need. Guys, I come back to the questions later to you. I'm going to continue here. I think I asked you this question in private in the other live, but I'm going to see. I see in a view that you have the black. You have a dark color in a bamboo, the new bamboo deck, and you now you have the other one in. And can you explain it again? Why, or is if it's going to be a custom?
Yeah, no worries. All right, I'll try to keep this as quick as I can. Short version of it. Yeah, me personally, and from what I see of our GTRs, when we get our GTR bamboo decks coming through, when we start preparing our GTRs, you never really see every deck. They're not always exactly the same. Sometimes we get darker ones coming through our production. Sometimes we get the lighter blonde style. I personally, I really love the darker bamboo finish. I think it just looks really nice. We get a lot of good comments around that. So with that was my wish for the Hadean bamboo. I wanted a darker finish, and dealing with our manufacturer around this, it was like, man, we like that darker finish. How are we going to achieve this? And they basically said that can't guarantee all decks are going to be the same. We can't guarantee that you're going to have them all dark. Some will be. It all comes down to season. So all right. So then we experimented with using different stains to get that darker look. And we also laser etch our logos on the deck to give it nice high premium look and finish. But what we found is during our prototyping is that some of the stains they weren't quite consistent. You know, we make a batch of 10 boards and you know 2 or 3 of them just weren't as nice, and you couldn't see the laser etching so well through it. So it was a real risk for us if we ran into production with this design. There was a fair chance that we were going to get a lot of wastage, and you know, and then we have to pay for that. And what do we do with those decks? So it just didn't make sense. So then we just decided we work with our supplier. We make the request to get as darker timber for the bamboo look as possible, but there's no guarantee. So it's going to be very similar to what the bamboo GTR will be. And that way too, we get a much crisper finish on the laser etching. And so no 2 deck will be exactly the same. Some will be lighter, potentially some might be darker. Yeah, that's my view on it.
Then the charger is going to be the same from the GTR, or is going to be a new one?
It's a new charger. It's a bit of a beast of a charger. It's rated to 5A. It's got a fan in it. Fully certified for CEUL, KC. And the charge time is about sort of 4 hours from a completely flat battery to fully charged. And yeah, it's a bigger charger. It's more powerful, but we're not going to charge anything over 5A.
Then the batteries from the bamboo and the batteries from the carbon is going to be the same, or is some difference?
No, they're exactly the same pack. Even knowing that they look different in terms of the casing on the bamboo to being on the carbon where it's fully integrated. It's exactly the same electric system. They both pump out the same amount of power. And yeah, in the future, you know, we will probably work with a number of different suppliers as we move into challenging times ahead. You know, right now there's definitely problems out there with certain supply of certain things, batteries. And there's definitely been a shift over the last little while in terms of EV transportation, which is great. Everything's going electric, good for the environment. But then this creates worldwide shortages because these big EV companies are getting these massive contracts with some of the biggest manufacturers in terms of battery supply. So it's it's going to be interesting in the future how this rolls out with certain players in our industry. So, yeah, I'm not going to say too much more about that.
Okay, then I'm going to ask you like this: the belt is going to be the same, or is some changed in the belts and in gears?
We're still working with Gates. They're the best belt on the market. They're the strongest. And it's the same gear ratios on the AT. It's still a 66 tooth gear.
Mm-hmm.
We're using a different hub. It's a brand new hub design on our ATs.
Yeah, that is what I noticed.
Yeah, and one of the good things of what we love most about this hub too is that you can see right through the wheel now. And this was intentional because, you know, I guarantee those people out there who loved customizing, we know that everyone does. You know, you'll be able to like change the color of those motor plates, and they're going to look like brake calipers on a high-end cars. It's pretty cool. So this is another little tip for the future, which you know, we might end up doing once we get our shit together. So
we cannot listen to you.
Yeah.
We cannot listen to you, my friend.
Yeah, I know. What was the question again? The hubs, wasn't it? We're talking about hubs.
Yeah, we got that.
And the gears,
just went
the drive gears. All right. 66 tooth gearing system. And we didn't really want to make the AT boards go faster than 42 k an hour. It's pretty bloody fast. And on the street, it's still the 30. We've still got the same gears as 32 tooth or the 38. And yeah, the 38 tooth is going to be a good choice for some people now. I think it'll be pretty popular to stop the board going so quick. And those who want the stronger, more aggressive style acceleration and brake feeling, we want to bring more options out. Hey, Matt.
Yeah,
100%. Versatility and dialing in your ride is going to be a big one.
I'm going to put it like this: the new old style wheels, white tires, they're going to stay, or that is just a special edition?
They've been really popular.
Yeah, that is sick. That was like the best thing you put out, guys. That was like crazy. That was like I was putting Jens, give me one, and he says everything is sold out. You have to wait. And I was very, and that is good that you have now everything and everybody can buy it, and it's going to stay there. And we know we can buy it all the time.
It's a hard wheel to make too. It takes a lot longer than our other wheels.
Yeah, and now I have this question. You have ventilations in the back. What was the idea? This air ventilations. I think that is for the motor controllers. Because everybody in Germany, guys, just for you to understand, the guys in Germany, they created lights like the guys are crazy. And Jens was very upset because he was saying, hey, that is no lights, that is a ventilator. And the guys put it like the blinker. What's the name? To change.
There was so many like conspiracy theories around this, wasn't there? It was funny to watch. Look, the idea behind it is, you know, we wanted something that was going to be big and aggressive, and we wanted a big chunk of metal on the back to help, you know, keep that motor controller cool. And you know, some of the ethos in the early stages of the design, I really love cars, different cars, old cars, new cars, and muscle cars in particular, and fast cars. And so we really inspired by that in terms of this new carbon board, the design of it and the shape. And yeah, like you see these air vents and grills on certain high-end cars. And so I really wanted to incorporate that into, you know, the final finished product. And In the early days, right in the beginning when we were doing our sketches,
You've gone quiet again.
We cannot listen to you.
Am I back?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. In some of the earlier sketches, yeah, we actually did have lights up the front on that area, but just looked a bit weird. Yeah, so the cooling system, it's great. Like literally, the controller part of the skateboard now, it just doesn't really get hot. It's all sealed internally. Even though some people are thinking, oh, there's air vents and it's all open to the electronics, it actually isn't. But the air does flow through there to help keep that heat sink, that big chunk of metal, cooler. It seems to be working because we're flogging the shit out of these boards, and it's one part of the product that it's just not heating up.
Then I'm going to make you the question. I see it. The tires is going to be new tires.
Matt?
Yeah,
because
Brand,
if you see this,
tires.
the tires is completely different than the old ones.
Yeah, brand new tread pattern on them. So pretty much everything bar the trucks on this board is new. We wanted to give something, just a new look, a new design. So we went for that tread pattern, and I think it's hard to explain how it actually feels different. Jeff explained it really well the other day. Do you want to take it?
Yeah. I think it feels more solid underfoot. Shit. Yeah, it definitely feels stronger.
I'm sending you a message.
Yeah, sorry. Just got our CEO telling me to check our security.
Jeff, I want to buy a new board. Jeff, new board. Jeff.
Yeah. Yeah, but basically it feels more solid underfoot. You can feel it. It's got a different feel. The rubber does feel stronger. So yeah, it's got more of a durable look to it. Looks tougher, and the rubber is thicker.
But you're going to have the AT street, like the street, or you're going to have the AT off-road new too.
No, that we're keeping the same AT off-road tires, so they're still all available for this board. It's just the street AT version, which is the all-terrain. This is the new tire that we want to run with. We don't want to bastardize the Hadean with our old products. We want to. It's important. I feel
innovate.
That we use as much new stuff on this as possible. Although the old hubs and gears will work on the board, if people want to change that, they can. Yeah, but we do want to try to keep it all new as possible.
That means with the new motors, can you put the protections on the motors like the ones that you have now?
Yes.
Can you use it?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
We've got bash guards exactly like for the GTR series, but for these.
Okay, that is a different model. You cannot use from the GTR in this one.
No,
because the motors are so much
because
bigger.
of the motors. Yeah, but
Yes.
that is a question because, like always, you have to. There is going to be guys who are going to think I can use it. That is
It's
good
true.
for everybody.
We haven't shown this at all, so good point, Matt. Let's get on to it.
Yeah, I have to ask, my friend. That's why I make these lives, because then you can explain to everybody. That's why we make this. Then I'm going to put the other one. My friends, the question is this: the new motors as ventilators. What is in these motors that is not going to hit? Is not going to be very hot, because I see the test for everybody's out there. You can see the video from Involve is in an Involve YouTube. It's out. You can see all the tests. There is lots of tests from Matty trying to destroy the motors, and I think he was not able to do that. But if you want that, this is we are just going to talk about things is not in a video. That things you can find in a video, and I think there is lots of things you going to see it there. How many miles or kilometers do you have a range in 80, in street, in off-road, in very aggressive? Everything is in a video from involved. We are here what it was not in the specs. How many time did it take for you to make these motors and not to be hot?
Matt, you can talk about your hill testing. I gotta say first before you jump into that. What's great about Matt is that he's a massive unit, and he weighs 100 kilos. And the best thing about it, he shreds. He can ride hard, and so he's definitely, if we got to test certain software or certain limits of something, it'll be like, Matt, let's go to the board breaking hill and let's see what it can do, or we do it to grass. So it's one of the good things about Matt. So Matt, you can go.
Before you started, my friend, I just want to say to everybody, the test in a video is with 3 categories of persons: one with 60 kilo, one with 80 kilos, and the other one with 100 kilos. Then you have 3 types of guys trying, and the 3 of them, they are very fast. Is Jeff, is Matty, and one of I think the guy who started with you is Nick.
Nick.
The 3 of them, and you can see there's 3 types of persons. You can balance what is the difference. Before, everybody was just one type of person. They have changed it and they put it for 3 types of persons. Then you can have the idea. But go there and see the video. Sorry, Matt.
No, it's good. That was the intention with that range test as well. 3 types of people, 3 types of riding. So you can look at all of those tests and understand the sort of range you're going to get. Because it's all well and good to put one specification on a spec sheet, but that can vary so much. So we wanted to showcase all the different variables. Back to the heat on the motors, as Jeff said, I get given a lot of boards to go and break, essentially, or find a limit. Is the heat protection working? Find what's happening with the current protection. So in that sense, it's sort of my job to find a limit. That's why I did that hill. And I don't know if the video really can capture what going up a hill like that means. 23 times I did 950 meters of elevation gain, which is absolutely absurd. And at that point, we had the firmware in place where the board was supposed to detect the heat and then slow the board down, pull the current back, because the motors were getting too hot. And that's exactly what you can see in the test. When the board got really hot, it wouldn't let me up the hill anymore. I just didn't think it was going to take 23 runs for that to happen. I thought 6, maybe. The GTR gets me up there once. The reason they don't get so hot is a lot to do with the physical size of the motor. And then also, I think the current, having the 12S voltage, the way we're putting the current in, that all sort of plays into it as well. The board's quite efficient in the way that it can put down power.
Yeah, we're not maxing it out. That was important with this. We didn't want to max the whole system out. And it's a more efficient ride. Works within itself.
I think that is very good. I just want to say that was a question yesterday, and everybody don't know, because all of us who love involved, we know most of the team. Who is this person?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's Jared. Jared's on our design team. Awesome guy. He's been working with me for years. Like, yeah.
Why don't we never see him?
Because he wasn't working for Evolve at that time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Jared was working for another company who we've got great relations with. And yeah, we when he finally came to Evolve, awesome. It just, we want to do as much in-house stuff as possible, from our finance to our marketing to all our design, and communication. Everything has to be done in-house.
Yeah, that is good. For the guys out there, I'm going to give one opinion from me that I think if how many tests before I give my opinion, how many tests because you change in a video is something that I think was fantastic from you guys to show how do you make your tests with the motors. Was lots of tests, lots of in the video you're going to see that, guys. And how many hours do you put this test doing all the time these motors?
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, this was the bench test jig. This was used right in the earliest stages for the design and the process. This allowed us to make sure that the schematics of the original design, once we made the first samples, were actually working. We didn't want to like just make the controller, whack it on a board, and then start riding. That wasn't the best option. So those jigs we used pretty much before we even made our first battery case, and then once we were happy with the bench testing result, we then made a 3D battery case, and we finally put it into a board, and then we wrapped it up with dodgy duct tape, and that's when the journey really started from there. And we realized, like, whoa, we got a lot of work to do with this new motor controller, and getting the software right. It was a big learning curve with the FOC, man. Like, especially trying to get that acceleration curve right. Like we found with the FOC, it starts off, it doesn't have much kick, like like our GTR, straight away it just kicks in hard and then accelerates hard. Whereas the FOC in the beginning used to just feather on, and then it kind of ramped up towards the end, and we weren't a fan of that because we're so used to the
That's so
GTR
nice,
feeling.
guys.
And so we spent so much time on that curve, just getting just the acceleration part of it feeling as close to the GTR as possible. And now we've nailed it, man. It's awesome.
Hey, you seeing here? I see yesterday the video, and in the beginning I was a thousand of guys waiting, and when I see the video, I was not expecting this. I was very, very surprised. I was speaking with Matt later on because you guys put us in a bad situation. Now I have to talk with my wife to buy another.
I gave you the perfect
Yeah, I
explanation for that.
I know. But it's hard for me sometimes. I'm going to be very fast because I don't want. Sometimes when you put something to sell that is good, nobody wants to give you the money, the money for what you want. And I'm not a guy who like to discuss prices. And for me, the money they want me to give, I prefer to keep it. You understand? Because I know that is a nice product. I have 6 involves here in my house, and I have 2 decks. And sometimes,
Awesome.
yeah, I have a lot. And I try one time, and the people want to be like. The price what you're going to receive, I'm going to keep it. I don't want to give it. You understand? That's why sometimes better for me to stay, because the money what you're going to receive is there. My friends can write it. That is the only thing I think like that. But leave it. We don't need this. I'm going to try to keep here some questions. Is like this. How many screws is now the boards on the top?
Ooh, okay. There's definitely more screws on the top, in the carbon and the bamboo.
More than 15?
I don't
Because
have the deck. Otherwise, I'll give you the exact number. I can't tell you the exact number.
Okay.
But there's more on the carbon, trying to make sure that it's sealed up perfectly all the way around for that top lid. And there's also more in the bamboo. So yes.
Okay, let's go to another thing. Events. what is happening with events. Involve is one of the persons who make more events around the world. In Australia, I know that is going to be one yet in 26, I think. I don't want to be.
Yeah,
Matt,
yeah.
you
Man, events ever since the early days of the Evolve World Cup. Well, I mean, community's always been big for Evolve, so we love events because it's a good way for everyone to get together. The competitive edge. Of course, we were going to do the World Cup last year in Germany. Had to cancel it because of the pandemic. Luckily, we've been okay in Australia, and we were like 2021. We have to do something. So we're doing the Australian Open, which is a race we ran a few years ago, similar to the UK Open. We're doing both an Evolve category and Open category to open it up to more riders in the community. And we're racing around a BMX track. We got an awesome facility.
It's like the same like in UK. You're going to open for other companies to come and race with you guys.
Yeah, we love the atmosphere that brought. We loved there was a bit of rivalry and there was a bit of, shit talking.
For the open is always going to be a limit of riders that you're going to accept, or how that works for everybody who don't know out there.
It really depends on the numbers and how much the track could host. Every event's going to be a little bit different at this stage until we, get to the stage where we're doing these all the time and there's heaps and heaps of people. We like 80 to 100 riders is a good sort of number. Otherwise, people don't get enough time on the board, and that's important too. You want to come to ride.
Yeah, that's what I was in an event in about 3 days ago in Czech Republic, and that was more than 100 riders, and that was more than 100 riders. Okay, but that was a mix. That was AUCs, was one wheelers, but you don't have so much chances to ride. It was a magnificent event, but you see that was not, you don't have so much chances to ride it because it was a lot of riders. I think that is always nice to have a limit of riders.
Yeah, and as trying to run an event is bloody hard.
I have to give a compliment to these guys. The guys was fantastic. Was well organized for a private event. That was very good.
Awesome. It's so good to see other people trying to push the industry and do cool things for the community, and this needs to keep happening. I know we talk about this Evolve. We want to see the sport grow, not just community. That there's a difference there. Like hosting a community event where people get together and have fun will always have a place. And it's crucial for the culture, but at the same time, we want to turn this into a sport, man. You got opportunity to actually have some fun and race against other people, and so I think that's going to be the challenge ahead. Because as soon as you start talking about racing versus a community event, it's a whole different ball game, and it's harder to attract more people to that style of racing, because everyone wants to have fun, but as soon as you say, hey, I'm racing against someone, it's like, oh, I don't want to get too competitive. I want to stand back here now and I'll just watch. So that's we've definitely noticed that over the last couple of years. As soon as you make it really competitive, it puts a lot of people out. So we've just got to get creative in terms of attracting those type of riders. It's a different type of person, I think.
Yeah, I just want to put it here in the Open of Australia is going to be the new board there in the event.
100%.
It's going to be the 4 motors again there.
Oh no, you don't need 4 motors, mate. No.
Yeah, it's going to be there, my friend. You have the 4 motors there now. You have the 3000. It's 4 motors in 2 motors. It's the same.
There will be a few Hadeans there. They are going to be racing in the Open category because it's not going to be available to customers at that time. So obviously not putting it in with the Evolves, but there'll be a couple Hadeans.
So then I'm going to put it like this, my friend. When I tomorrow I buy the board in a website for everybody around the world to know, when is the people going to get the boards?
Yeah. I'll
What is
answer that.
planned? What is planned? Because we have to take. We are in COVID-19, and I
Yeah.
know that is difficult everywhere, guys. But
Yeah.
what is?
Well, I can tell you now, we're pretty organized. You know, as a business, we're always very cautious of our communication and how our manufacturing runs. However, we're saying at the moment it's going to be September, but you know, we prefer as a business to, like, you know, not overpromise. You know, we would like to be on the side of caution and then over deliver when it comes to all this. Could be early September, could be earlier than that. There's a few variables at play, and definitely around shipping is a hard one at the moment. Getting the containers and shipping prices have gone up. So yeah, we're being safe, and yeah, there's a lot at the moment. The whole industry has definitely had a shift. Not just us, but there's lead times everywhere at the moment, and COVID has definitely caused problems in this field.
For
So
everybody,
we're going to
my
do
friend.
our best, and we're going to communicate as clearly as possible with all our customers.
Then I'm going to ask you another question that comes from Germany. The World Cup in Germany is going to happen, or is going to be is not in a plan?
We would love to happen in Germany. We love our guys over there, and we know there's a very passionate community. Some of the stuff that we've seen, you know, with you, Nelson, and there's events everywhere. We would love to do it, and we need to get over there. So that was our plan originally. We were going to do the World Cup with our team over there. We had a really cool plan, but then it just got shut down, man.
Yeah.
So
Bummer.
we will. There's a lot of risk still out there with trying to plan anything in this, you know, in this environment. So we just really want to see some change. It's been a bit disappointing that can't get out there and do what we want, but we 100% have plans to do it. It's got to be, you know, able for us to do it. And getting our team over from Australia to Germany, it's a costly exercise, and you know, we can't risk not being able to do it.
When you have this event there, before I answer to this question, you answer this question, is going to be the two types of event, AT and street, or you're just going to stay with the AT event?
No, yeah, we want to.
Because you know that we have a special place to make AT, and we have a special place to make
that was the
street.
plan.
We had the
that
tracks
was
booked.
definitely the plan.
Yeah.
Because Jens, for everybody who don't know, is the guy from Germany, and is very dedicated here for our community. And I'm always contact with Jens, and we try to work the events that we are not in the same
Together.
time. Yes, and he's always very active guy. And I know that he has brilliant ideas to do the World Cup here in Germany, and that is, I can tell you, where is the central of involved is North NRW, and that is maybe the biggest group of Germany, and I think that is going to be a very crazy event. And you are close to other countries, because Germany has 11 countries around. Then is going to come lots of persons from around Germany.
Yeah.
Then yes, then we have the discussion. Is going to be the race. Is going to they're going to be a
I'll take that one.
race board to involve event.
That's B-boy Stretch. Shout out to him. he just made a really cool reaction video to the entire documentary, so you can go and get his thoughts on that on his YouTube. A race board, it's a Hadean. You don't really need a race board.
But you have now the race board. You have now the new board is the race board.
The new board's
if
a
you
race
guys
board.
if you guys see the test from yesterday in a video, you see the difference from the GTR and the new board. How faster is one and how faster is the other one. Then
The
you're going to see
the Hadean would beat the four-wheel drive boards that were at the Oz Open, UK Open. Sorry.
So then is Timmy looks like you have delivered every awesome being asking for loving to range and power of it. Yes, everybody.
Cheers,
I think is thank you, Tim, and welcome. Then we're going to see from Tom. You have another question with the involved system with so many different wheels sets ups. What happens if you put 85 wheels in your new board?
You'll have an awful lot of torque.
Then we are talking about wheels, guys. It's going to be some colors different, some new street wheels new coming. It's going to happen something like that.
We love to offer some more variety. There's a big problem with wheel supply. This is everywhere at the moment. Getting raw materials for urethane is very challenging over in USA at the moment. So it's hard. It's the environment to make stuff is difficult at the moment. But yeah, we want to bring heaps of stuff out, man. We want to offer our customers all sorts of customization things and opportunities, and we love seeing everyone start decorating their own board in different ways. So we want to push those boundaries as much as we can. But onto the wheels. You're talking about different wheels. I've got to say that the question before about the 85 mil wheel and all that. A good wheel selection for the Hadean too, which we do like, is using the 107 street wheels on the board, but with the 38 tooth gear. It's awesome. It doesn't, it still goes 47, 48k now, which is plenty fast. But it's just got great performance, man. It feels so good. Like it just pulls, especially when you're at like 15k an hour, and then you give it some. And even when you're at 30 and you pull a trigger, it just hits you, man. So anyone who's looking for a wheel combo, we like that one. That's a good one too.
I'm just going to say something very special. The community in Australia is coming bigger and bigger and bigger. I want to say hello to all the ladies in Australia. I think it's amazing to see so many beautiful and fantastic ladies riding for Australia. I think they are changing the rules and bringing more and more persons together.
Yeah.
One of them is this beautiful girl. Now we say hello to all of us. I just want to say to all of you ladies, thank you so much. Most of the interviews is ladies from Australia. That means that Australia is bringing lots of fantastic riders. I think that in your event, you're going to have lots of ladies riding against each other. Sandra, all of them. I think it's going to be fantastic to see girls racing like they can do it. They can do it very well. And of course, I think Australia is putting a nice job with the ladies. And I hope that in Europe we see more and more ladies. I know that UK is very good in ladies, and USA, and I hope in Germany and other countries we start to see more and more. And it's always beautiful to have. It's like a garden. A garden without flowers is no garden. And a lady is not in our group rides is not going to be the same. I love to see a beautiful lady and a nice lady together with us riding. Thank you for all of you girls. Continue very fast. I know that you are here and you have to sleep and everything. Will there be a new best guards? Yes, that we answered to this one. Is going to have it. It's going to be different from the GTR, but they're going to put it out. where I can see the test. I put the link there. The link is here. You go down, and I leave it the link from the test they made it from Involve, and you can see all the tests. 3 riders, 3 different tests. Off-road, street, 3 types of street, 3 types of off-road. You can see it, and they go extreme easily, and you can see it everything. Then I think it's better if you see the video. Is the rest there? I'm going to try to answer to all the questions that everybody's there. I just read that the board is auto wake
Yep.
up. Yes, it's going
Pretty
to work
much.
like that. Yes.
It doesn't go to sleep. Just hit the brake trigger, and it's going to wake up after an hour or 2 at the par.
Then you don't have no chance to sleep. You just have to ride it and ride it and ride it. Do you guys think COVID will possibly impact it? Hoping
That's
to.
that's the
Huh?
Oz Open she's talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
We'll find
Who
out in
asked
the
that
next.
question? That's yeah.
Yeah, this is. I'm pretty sure it's one of the Transite riders from Sydney. One of the
Okay.
girls. Is
Yes.
that right?
Yes.
Look, let's hope not. Hey, like I guess we'll know more information tomorrow regarding the lockdown. We got lockdowns happening here at the moment in Queensland. That's where the event is.
It's because of the Delta.
Yeah. There's been a few cases, and our government likes to get onto it really, really early before it breaks out, and so that's one of the challenges. We're hoping not. We don't want to see an affected event again. It's really done a number on us, like a handful of times already over the last 18 months. It'll be gutted if this doesn't go ahead.
Time will tell.
Yeah, time will tell. But please, guys, I just want to say that has nothing to do with this. But guys, my wife comes from a country that is killed more than 500,000 persons. She comes out of Brazil, and people, better for you to make a lockdown before, then it's going to be safe for everybody. That don't happen the same problem what is happening in the country from my wife is dying every day, lots and lots of persons, because there is no responsibility, and that is very bad. What you are guys doing is very nice. Here in Germany, we will open again the doors. In September is going to be the same thing. We have to have a control, but let's keep positive. So she's saying she wants to go in the track. How many people at the track? Yeah.
Depending on the actual numbers, once tickets close, there'll probably be 4 or 6 on the track at one time.
Yeah, that is good.
And it's a proper start as well. It's like what we did over in the USA World Cup for the AT event. It's on a proper track. It's got the grid starting up, and then the platform comes down, and then bang, off you go. So once you get used to that, the startup, yeah, you'll be right. It'll be fun.
So, like I always say, most of the questions here we just answered. I'm just going to answer very fast for you to know. The GTR is going to come out later, not now, before they want to, but they're going to make a controller for a special edition for the GTR, but it's not going to be the same. Is that right, Jeff?
Yes, yeah. The phase remote that we offer now, we do plan to make it available for existing GTR customers because it's a rad remote. It won't have all the same software features because the GTR is a different package to what the Hadean is. As Hadean has lights, it's a different motor controller, but essentially it'll look the same, just won't have all the functions in it. And we won't be releasing it straight away until we're happy with how our production is going. And there is the new remote does use a few components, and we're just worried about supply shortages in certain componentries. So until we're really confident about that, we just don't want to shoot ourselves in the foot with our Hadean supply. But we will be certainly updating everyone.
You're going to take care of us.
Yeah, we will. We will.
I just want to say to everybody's out there, I don't have 6 GTR. I have 6 model difference. I have the first version, the GT Bamboo. I have the GTX. I have the GT Carbon. I have the GTR Bamboo. I have the GTR Carbon, and I have a special edition, the one.
Awesome. Hey, one question: do you have a pintail?
Pintail. I have
The Gen 1, the original, where we launched, or a
Yeah.
snub nose?
I have it.
You do. Which one?
I can bring it here. Give me a second.
Is it numbered? That's where it's at.
How many years ago was that?
Pintail design, man, it was cool. It was such a surfy feeling, and brings back some good memories.
You should try strap the Hadean gear to it.
Oh, yeah, well,
So, guys, first of all,
consider doing it again.
I just going to tell you something. I like Involve. I'm not winning nothing. That is the first time I speak with Jeff. It's a pleasure. First of all, we have some discussions in the internet like normal persons. I think that is very good for the company when we can change and try to do the best for the community. And one person sent me this. That was Jens. I have this one.
The snubby. Yes.
That is the one I have, but that's because I'm trying to put yet my wall because of the interviews. I want to put the first, and I have the second generation, the Boris. The other ones I don't find it, but I have this one that you guys made it a special edition to.
Yeah, that's the Bustin.
Yes.
Yeah.
The other one was Jeff who sent me. He gave me as an offer. That was the only thing. Oh, that was the only thing I have that I can say Involve give me. I'm not a person who like to ask nothing for nobody. I love Involve because I love to carve. I love to enjoy myself. I have other boards. I don't like to speak bad about. If I don't like it, I'm going to say I don't like it. But I love Involve.
My power just went out, guys.
Yeah, we can't see. Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, we appreciate that feedback, Nelson. Thank you. And you nailed it. It's all about the ride. At the end of the day, we designed the boards. We're all riders at Evolve. Everyone, and it's always been about that endless wave, that surfing on land, and it's important that we never lose sight and on the grassroots, and that's why when you're just talking then about we're talking about the snubby and the pintail, the pintail, yeah, it's just got so many good memories and moments, and it just takes me back to when we were just working from the garage and slogging it out. And Jens was like building them, making them himself, and we used to send him parts, and all our distributors were assembling locally, and everything it was just chaos.
I know because I started about close to 9 years riding, and I see you the first boards that you made, how bigger that was in this time that you started. And then I speak with Jens, and I see how many years you and him has more than me, and how many time I follow you, and how many time how I see was big your batteries. That was bigger than close to the board, the big box, and we see the years that you are in putting everything together. I know that is complaints. There is people who don't like it. There is people who like it, but I think what you are doing and what involved doing for the community is not easy. Is lots of work, lots of hours, lots of days, lots of losing your families. And I think the community in end have to say thank you so much what you guys are doing. I think that is beautiful. I just want to say for the guys who ride, who love Involve, I think that is a big community. Sometimes I see bad, negative guys saying, "Oh, Involve is this," or because you ride the Lacroix, why don't you? All boards is different. You cannot compare one thing with the other thing. Everything is for. I love to take my board and go to work in my Involve, and when I come out for my job, is a very hard job. It's cooking, and I want to take about 1 hour going home, carving, enjoying myself. I don't want to go speed. I just want to take my stress out, and that's what I find special when you bring this GTR out with the extra battery, because I'm a heavy guy and I need more miles, more kilometers. I said that was fantastic. I buy the extra battery, I put out of in my bag, and I can make about 50 kilometers in one range, and I come back home. I take my shower and I go in bed like a everything was out. That is for me what is having
So
a nice ride.
can I ask? So you don't drive? Is your mode of transportation your board?
In a moment, the rules change in Germany.
Yeah.
Before, I'll always, every day, I'll always riding about 50, 60, 70 kilometers every day. And now in Germany, they put it in a situation that you cannot ride on the roads, and is illegal. And you have to be careful because they take the boards away from you,
Yeah, we're
and
seeing
you
it.
never
It's
see it.
strict.
And it's very expensive. Now the fines is coming. Was a broadcast here with us with the special police, and he said to us, "Be careful because the fines can go to 3, 4, 5,000 euros, and they
Man.
take the board and they destroy it."
Man,
That
something needs to be done.
yeah, we are fighting. I'm
Seriously.
trying to create something in 21 of August that I speak with Matt in private. I'm trying to bring everybody from all around the world. But
Awesome.
yeah, but the problem is the politics. They are blocking me, and they are saying if I do that, uh, they don't give me the license for me to ride the board. I have to make the demo with the board in my hands, and that is a stupid thing.
Mm. Well, yeah, obviously stay in touch, and
Yes, we're trying. We're
keep us
trying
in
to
the
do our
loop if
best.
we can help out in any way. And obviously with
I'm speaking with the Jeff too. With Jeff, with the Jens too. We have to find a way to do this because that I think that I was in Czech Republic and I take pictures. Guys, that is amazing. You can ride there. Was guys delivering pizza in skateboards and in EUCs. That is
cool.
fantastic. That is what you need more. That is perfect. I don't understand. So for everybody's out there, I'm just going to. We are close now to 1 hour and 2 hours because we start another interview in other place.
I was
We
going
are
to say
close to.
something. I'm about to run out of batteries on my phone. I think I've got like less than 5% left.
Yeah, that's why we're going to go to the end. I just want to say to everybody, yes, I just want to answer this. Dave, Vincent, I'm going to try to go to the demonstration in Amsterdam. If somebody is in Amsterdam next week, there's going to be a demonstration to be legal in Netherlands. If you are close, go there, support these guys. They need you. Go there. It's very important for everybody's out there. I hope that you answer most of the questions. If you have some questions, leave there. I contact Jeff or contact directly involved. I think they're going to answer. They are very active. They are one of the guys who answer you faster. And of course, enjoy it. I hope go there tomorrow. Buy your board, and in September is going to have the board, the new board.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, we plan to over the next few weeks. We just want to get people on the boards, testing it out, giving them feedback, and if you're not ready to get the board now, it's all good, man. It's up to you. You can wait. We've only got a limited number of boards, but we don't have endless supply, and But we're going to do our best to get as many people on the boards as possible over the next little while, just to instead of just hearing it from us.
I just want to put a question very fast. That is going to have reversed.
No, there's no reverse function. But if you do a 180 slide, you'll be going reverse.
Yeah, that is very good. So I don't want to miss nothing else, but the customs type of solutions for involved range, also getting some about the board performance, and that that is nothing. 4-6 trucks sold, saved. Sounds great. That is people talking. They are talking.
Yeah.
They are just
You'll get refunds on anything to do with COVID.
Yes.
So that's cool.
Okay, I love the one that is just people saying my dream ambassador for. Oh, that is the question I want to put. I just want to put this question. It's like this. So I'm a rider. I ride lots of years with you guys. I don't want to be ambassador for nobody. I like to be free. I think you have to have dedication to be an ambassador. I think ambassador is just not put the stamp and say, okay, I'm ambassador from Involve. What is for you, Jeff? For everybody's out there, because I know sometimes the people buy a board and they think I'm going to be ambassador from Involve now. What is for you the important thing for a guy to be one day ambassador for your team?
Yeah, that's a good question. And I guess there's many variables here. We want someone who's obviously passionate and can bring something to the party as well. We look for people who are familiar with creating content, or they have a very leveled headed approach to any kind of communication. And there's a difference between ambassador and then someone being like a pro rider. So it's important. There's many variables. Matt, did you want to add to that?
Yeah, I'm sorry that I'm in the dark, guys. My power's gone out. So for us, ambassadors are a lot of the time on a community level. So it's important that they're in a local scene and they're doing some positive things. If they're hosting group rides or making great content, they're engaging people in the sport. That's sort of the primary thing most of our ambassadors are really good at. They're usually like already in the U-skate scene. Like, you have to be doing it, and if you're doing it enough and you're really making an impact in your scene, I spend my life on social media, I'll probably see it. And then the last handful of ambassadors, I've reached out to them and I said, hey, look, we don't have anyone in Chicago. I love what you're doing. Let's do something together. So it's people that can mutually benefit both ways from working together, and then we help them do events, all those sort of things. So if you're looking for it, just keep doing cool things, do more, engage people in the sport, in the hobby. That's really what we're looking for in an ambassador.
Okay, then I just want to say that was an important thing that they say here. I just want to say Brandon and Jono, I don't know Jono, but Brandon was in an interview with you guys. I think he's doing a lot for the community in Australia. And he was in an interview with us here in Europe, talking about legalization. I think is important thing for you two guys to go to Involve and understand what he's doing to put legal in some parts of Australia. And if you have the chance, go to my channel. Is a big interview with 11 guys from 11 countries talking about how to be legal. And I think that is very important for us. Don't just go for rides. Try to support the countries. That is the important thing.
Yeah.
For you, two persons, Jeff, Matt, I want to say thank you so much for coming here. I think you answer most of the questions. If you don't answer the questions, it's out.
That's out. Yeah. Look, we pushed that one a little bit with his battery, but
okay. I just want to say thank you so much. Matt, thank you for you to arrange this. That was very special. I think
No,
that
thank
was
you for
very good
having
for the
us on
community.
board. Like I told you a little while ago, we love, like, you're one of the people. You do a lot of podcasts, and you're driven to making this a better place.
My
So
friend,
we're
we are
stoked.
together in this.
Yeah, we're stoked that we could jump on here as well and have a chat.
I think too. I just want to see if Jeff comes or not. If he comes, I just say bye bye. And for all the community out there, thank you for coming. For the community is going to see the video later, subscribe to the channel. That will be fantastic. Leave a like, leave your questions, or contact Involve. Leave your questions. Enjoy it. I think that was a fantastic interview. Explaining to everybody what is coming out. If you don't have everything here, go and see the video in Involve YouTube, or go to the website. I'm going to leave all the links there, and you can contact them. And I think that is going to be the best way for you. And I just hope that you guys enjoy the new board. I'm going to be waiting. Very sadly, I cannot buy the bamboo, but I'm going to try to buy the the carbon. But I love the bamboo. I think the bamboo is fantastic for me. But have a good time, my
Thank
friend. I know
you.
that it's very late for you too.
Mhm.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Involve team, for making two so fantastic boards, and thank you, Matty, to realize this another big company here in broadcast. Thank you. Have a good day, good night. Enjoy yourself.
Thanks,
Have a
Nelson.
nice ride. Ride fast, ride safe.